Maybe. I'm sorry. I just had to do that. Hi, Fuzznut. I'm sorry. Did I freak you out, dude? Did I freak you out? I freaked you out. I think I freaked you out. I think I freaked you out, didn't I? Everything's okay, dude. All right, we have 3 people in here. Not seeing anything in the chat yet. Don't know if it's lagging. Let's see. Sorry, I'm... Wait. Why? There's 11 people in here. They're not top chat, live chat. There we go. That was weird. Hurry up, you silly. Hi. Yes, Papa. Greetings. Hello. With Did I Experience? Hey, I'm back. What's up, people? We already have 13 people in here. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. No Bone Crusher just yet. Well, I think you shouldn't have expected that in the prologue. It's just background knowledge, basically, is what it is. But I guess it gives you a little bit more of an idea of what the show is going to be like. A little bit more, since, you know, most of the shots in there were kind of done really early on, so I think the quality has improved since then. Let's see what we have going on here. What are these posters? Oh, I put them up there a while ago. Oh, my bed's not made again. Yay. I put them up there a while ago. I've had those since 2014 when that Godzilla movie came out. Just never put them up. And I wanted to put them up finally because I noticed that they were getting like messed up inside the what do you call it? Closet. And then up here is a really cool picture of a Tyrannosaurus that my dad drew me. It's posted right up there, but the Monster Commanderus Rex is right there. So I was thinking about grabbing this and pointing up there, but then I realized Bone Crusher is right there, so I can't show you guys that. But I do have Jurassic World posters over there too. So yeah, just new stuff in general. Let's see. Damn, those pimples are massive. Oh, these little things. Yeah, they show up worse on camera. I hate how my camera brings out my acne. It's terrible. Don't we all hate acne? Can't wait for the actual episode 1. Yeah, the same, dude. I think episode 1 will be a lot better. I think the show just improves in general as time goes on. Hi, Coco. What? I'm home alone right now, so I'm watching the dogs. I have to leave the door open, and they're coming in to say hi constantly. That was mother flipping epic. Well, thank you, dude. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I really am. I mean, this is definitely the one I was like, this one's definitely going to get the most criticism because, you know, a lot of people are really excited for it. And this one definitely doesn't really give you guys what the trailers were given. You know, this was the prologue. It's supposed to be, you know, like the background story, and then the rest is there. But yeah, I mean, I did put that one long 5-minute long scene with the Utah Raptor and the Stockosaurus/Oviraptor type thing going on, just to give you guys a taste of what's going on. Spoilers. Well, if you don't want any spoilers, don't watch this stream. My grandma's in here. That's why it says spoilers up there. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch the stream. I'm still gonna watch it with you guys whenever we get the chance to watch it in person. But yeah, the prologue was great. Well, thank you. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I really, really am, because honestly, the criticism has been far less than I thought that it was going to get. There has been some people that were like, you know, it dragged on a little bit too long, and they didn't think it was too entertaining or forgettable. And I can understand those criticisms, and I kind of expected them, to be honest. I definitely think there's probably some things I could have done better, mostly the filming stuff that I can't fix now. But yeah, I definitely was expecting a lot of that criticism because, you know, I don't think people are really into this type of thing. We haven't really gotten this type of, like, you know, backstory type thing before. Well, we've gotten it from Eric, Dino Man with Yacht Kind of Island. We've gotten a video from him, but it was mostly like just him talking with a couple pictures panning back and forth. We didn't like full on dedicate it kind of like an episode type thing, but just didn't have, you know, what you guys want in an episode. Gosh, there's so many questions. Ugh. What did your family think of the prologue? They loved it. They thought Mandy did a great job. She was getting tons of compliments. My brother was constantly bugging me. He's like, dude, that was so awesome. I loved the Utah Raptor chase scene. That was so cool. When's the next one? And I'm like, once I finish it. So he was really totally like in love with it. Well, our dude Camo was on gasoline when doing the trailer reaction. The video is upside down. You mean the episode reaction, yeah, it flipped on him. I think he was recording it on his phone or something like that. I mean, he probably could have flipped it in editing, but then again, I think he's working on his phone, so he might not be able to. But I still thoroughly enjoyed it because the point is, just to see what he thought of it, and I could at least hear the thing to kind of set it along, so I knew where he was in the video when he was talking about it. So that was really cool to watch. I really enjoyed that. When Dinosaurs Roamed America, time travel was really soothing. Yeah, I love that. I love that soundtrack a lot. Coco, what you doing? You just staring out the window? Hey Kiki, it's Amer. Hey Amer, what's up, my dude? You are awesome. Also, was that the Vitae Giga in the first moments of the prologue? Yeah, that's what I used the Vitae Giga for, was the prehistoric archipelago intro. You want to get past? There. Go ahead and get past. Go. Go, Coco. Okay, apparently you don't want to go. I really can't wait for episode 1. Well, I'm glad you can't wait. And speaking of episode 1, that's what one thing we're going to talk about here. Actually, let me just make sure that there's no comments I'm going to miss or questions. Any obvious questions, especially ones that are longer, people put time into. Oh my God, Bone Crusher was so cool on the prologue. Maybe since we've seen him, you can take him off your shelf and show us. Oh yeah, totally, Billy. Totally. This is going to be the best show ever. Well, I'm glad that you have a lot of confidence in it. We'll see what if it'll hold up to that eventually. I have confidence that I really like it. I definitely think it's going to hold up to some of the better shows. But what are you doing? Go that way. Why are you sitting there? I'm going to run over your foot by accident. Come on, move. What you doing? Are you hiding from Loki? Fine. Make sure I don't run over her foot. The Planet Dinosaur theme. Oh, I'm glad you liked that. Yeah, I did have to kind of put it a little low because the only like good audio of that intro has like some parts that are clearly like a little muffled since they like ripped it out and had to remove the narration from the narrator and whatnot. And so it wasn't the best quality, but it completely masks it. Like when you turn it down just a smidge, so it was a little lower than I'd like it to be, but it worked out. Oh, by the way, if any of you guys, well, yeah, before we get into like talking about what the future of Mesozoic Isle is going to be like, I want to give any of you guys a chance to do this, so we, in case you didn't do this, because after the credits, there's a next time on Mesozoic Isle sequence, and if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and watch that because if you don't want spoilers, if you don't really care, then you can go ahead and stay. But yeah, if you want to see that, go and watch past the credits, and there's some more. And every episode of Mesozoic Isle will have something after the credits. So every episode will have like a previously on segment right at the beginning of the episode, which will be like previously on Mesozoic Isle, and it'll kind of recap you on what happened last time. And then at the very end, after the credits, there'll be a next time on Star Wars, the Clone Wars. So yeah, there'll be that every time. The cinematography was my main criticism. Yeah, I think the main you were saying something about like the camera being like all foggy. I think that was because it was really moist when I was filming that. At least in the majority of the Utah Raptor scenes and stuff, there was a lot of mist in the air because it had just recently rained. I think you could see the wetness on the all the plants. And then it wasn't. It was in a similar area when I filmed the Utah Raptor or the Oviraptor part. But it was also dry, and so there was a little bit of a difference. I mean, maybe you described it wrong. I mean, I'm not sure. I do think that mostly my main criticism is a lot of those shots were kind of just poorly executed with like the angles and stuff. I really don't like a lot of the angles I did with those, and a lot of them are really poorly out of focus. And you'll see that with a lot of the earlier shots. I definitely show my inexperience in a lot of different shots, but I think it definitely improves as time goes on. I think the show significantly improves in quality, so I hope that is noticeable to you guys at least. Will there be a previously on episode 1 talking about the prologue? Yeah, at the beginning of episode 1, it'll be like just have a little recap of the prologue, so that if anybody doesn't know about that, they can go and watch that. The finale of Mesozoic Isle, so on episode 15, there won't be a next time on Mesozoic Isle sequence, but there'll be an end credit scene. So it'll just kind of like, hint at hint at the next season or hint at something else, but it won't, show like actual footage from the next season. I filmed the end credit scene completely separately from anything that's going to be shown inside season 2, whether that comes out January-ish 2020 or the year after that. I don't know. I still don't know yet. We'll see based on how everything's going. The angle hardly changed in one scene, and it cut many times. That scene was kind of bad. Then again, nitpicking. Which one are you talking about? There's one scene where I really didn't like your shots after rewatching. Which scene are you talking about? Are you talking about, like, is it part of the Utah Raptor sequence? That's probably, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of parts that were pretty messed up with that one. If this is so good, then how great the original show would be. Oh my, if something better, I would explode. Wait, if this is so good, then how great could the original show be? The original show. Oh, are you being sarcastic, like talking about the actual first one? Well, you guys will get to see that. That'll be one of the specials. Like, if you see on my main page on Kikizilla 101, there's a Prehistoric Archipelago section. It has a playlist in there called Prehistoric Archipelago Specials. I already have a playlist made that's called Mesozoic Isle Season 1, and that'll have all the seasons there, or all of that season in there. But Prehistoric Archipelago Specials will have the prologue. It has Mesozoic Isle prologue. It'll have the behind the scenes special that I'll do on Mesozoic Isle. I'll have the deleted scenes special, the gag reel special, and the version 1 of Mesozoic Isle special. So all 4 of those I have confirmed that will be separate things that I'll release after Mesozoic Isle season 1 is completed. Yeah, and I'm already writing stuff for season 2, but yet again, I just really don't know whether or not I'm going to have enough time to film it all and finish it for the same release date, 2020. That's what I'm kind of shooting for. Since this one started in 2019, I kind of like this January slot now, and I'm going to shoot for that next time. But anyways, that kind of segues nicely into, yeah, if you guys have any criticism or stuff that you want to get across, please copy it right now and tag me in it when you repost it, so I can see if you have a question or a comment you really want me to get to. Please tag me in it, like tag at Kikizilla101, so it'll highlight it in orange so I can get to it, because there's so many of you guys. I'm missing everything. I just want to take a quick little Kiki, you need more fish. I have 3 huge fish in there. It's just murky as hell because it's right next to this portal right here, and it's just making a lot of algae in there. Anyways, I really want to get into this one part to tell you guys, about the rest of the show. Now, the original intent was to have the prologue episode release, and then 2 weeks after that, the first episode of Mesozoic Isle would release. That's not going to happen for obvious reasons. Now, I've already explained this a little bit. Why are you laying right there? I've already explained this a little bit before, but basically, the whole show of Mesozoic Isle was supposed to be filmed within the period of 3 months, which I did kind of film it all in 3 months. So I did accomplish that, but the timing was all wrong. I was supposed to start in May and go through the whole summer, but everything got screwed over. Every time we found a location, it was like cut off, like they actually closed off that location of the park, or we find new ones, then we actually go to them and they don't work. And so our whole summer got completely screwed. And then only by the end of the summer, we actually found a place that we could use. And then right after that happened, my grandpa had this really bad crap happen with all of this stuff, and he had to take care of, a lot of stuff. So he had his own problems going on, basically. And so we couldn't go immediately. And so it took us until sometime in August to actually get started. And then we had a lot of breaks in between them because of problems and stuff. But if it actually started in May and, the national parks and stuff didn't screw us over, then, it wouldn't have been so late or delayed. So do you remember? Don't think about it. Are you hinting at the thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Kiki need more fish. Okay, I don't know what he was talking about. Please give me context, Amara. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, so yeah, that completely screwed me over and set me back by basically 3 months. But I was so ambitious, and I thought I could still get it out in time. Obviously, I delayed it into December, but then even more crap happened, and so it it was just basically hopeless. But I still got, the prologue episode out within a somewhat timely manner from when I promised it to you guys. So you guys got something. But basically at this point, I'm not going to give you guys an exact time frame when I'm getting it done, but I will tell you it's within the next month or two that I'm going to that the show should start. I'm just going to work really hard and get as many episodes as done as possible. The prologue episode definitely took the longest because there was so many different things I had to get, and there's a lot of B-roll I had to collect, the things I couldn't film and stuff that I had to collect and put in there for the documentary's sake, but all the rest of it should be cakewalk from here on. So I really need to just work it out, and once we start getting to a closer to the actual time when I'm going to release it, I will tell you guys about it and probably release another trailer or something like that. I don't know. We'll see when it happens, but it's definitely going to happen relatively soon. But I do need to push it back just because I don't want any more delays to happen. So when I am doing this, I want to make sure that I have enough episodes done that when we start the show, I'm never going to fall behind enough that you guys are going to miss an episode or an episode's going to be late. And you guys, when it starts from episode 1, every week on Friday, you will get another Mesozoic Isle episode. So so for 15 weeks straight, you get Mesozoic Isle. So I think that's the best way to do it. That's the way I've designed the show, is that it works best, like that. And it's just, I want it to feel more like a real show. That's why it's got those like previously on segments, the next time on segments, all these intros and stuff like that. And gosh, the credits were a pain in the butt to make too. But yeah. All right. So we have a bunch of tags in here. Let's see what they are. Hey, Kiki, tomorrow I'll be out filming the first scene of episode 6 of my series. Oh, awesome. Sweet, dude. I actually need to film the reshoot for Mesozoic Isle. The one last reshoot I need to do. I still need to do that because I've been working so hard on the prologue. I've been completely screwed, and also it's been getting cold, but it's just warming up right now. So I might even do it if I have enough time after this stream, but tomorrow morning is when I'm going to film that reshoot, just get it completely out of the way. It's a reshoot for the finale, and then I'll be completely done with all the shooting. And yeah, so there we go. Well, episode 1 was rushed, and was crap. 2 was the wrong location. It took a 2-month wait for a crap ton of rain. Oh, for me. Oh, gotcha. That sucks, dude. I feel it, dude. The weather can be a real pain in the butt. Prologue was awesome. Some scenes bored me, but as soon as we went to the actual island, things changed from meh to oh my god. So like the museum scenes kind of bored you. I kind of expected that a lot of people would kind of like start yawning with the museum scene, and then especially when the narration kind of pauses so that we can have the long sequence of just showing off the fossils. But it's something that I envisioned, way back when I first wanted to do this. Given the original version had like toy skeletons that I was using. But then right after I like kind of started envisioning other stuff, I've been having this idea. And so basically I just knew I wanted to do it, and I liked the elegance of it. And I knew that some people were going to criticize it or not enjoy it quite as much, but I really wanted that to be a part of it. And so I did. So that's a part of it. And I hope that a lot of people were able to enjoy that. But yeah, I can completely understand if you kind of started to yawn at that part. That's understandable. It's not everybody's cup of tea, that they don't want to just sit there and stare at the fossils all the time. They just want to see the stuff kill each other. The prologue was, all right, I read that. Being someone who likes to know every detail, I didn't appreciate how fast the credits were rolling, but that's just me. Nonetheless, I liked all your music choices. Darn copyright. Oh yeah, I love the music that I was using in this, and most of the music in this was like planned for a long time ago that I've been wanting to use this music. So it was really fun. Yeah, the credits did roll pretty fast, but also I didn't want them. I wanted them to be long so that you could decently read the stuff, but you can always pause it and read them. But it's there, and also I didn't want it to take up too much time and then distract from people that were just trying to enjoy the show. And or wanted to get to the end thing. And so it probably was a bit fast, but you can always pause it, and there's plenty of stuff to read through in there, and you can see what kind of equipment I used and all that kind of stuff. And there's so many people that were involved in the production of the show, so it's really cool to read through the credits, and it took me a lot of time. So if you are somebody who's interested in the credits, then I really appreciate you reading through it, or at least appreciating the credits. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. When's your and what do you want? When's your... You didn't even say anything. You said, when's your and what do you want? I'm a little confused. What episode is the scene that needs to be reshot in? The finale, episode 15, which probably would... Okay, let's just say, for the heck of it, the show starts somewhere mid-February. Let's say that. So 15th of February. That's a Friday. Let's say it starts the 15th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That means that the finale would release on May 31st of 2019. That's how long the show would span through. By then, I would probably be able to film the reshoot again. So that's another reason why I'm kind of not like rushing it too much, is because by the time the actual finale comes around, I might be able to just film the shot again by then. So who knows? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to get the reshoot done tomorrow, so I just don't have to worry about it. I loved the museum scene. The Walking with Dinosaurs live music made me smile. Yeah, that is some really beautiful music. I didn't discover it until more recently, when I was like finding a bunch of music for when I was redoing the show. So that part I added in, that music choice I added in probably like summer of 2017. Is there anything else I missed? I was also humming along some of the tracks like Walking with Dinosaurs and Prehistoric Park opening. Yeah, that was a really fun one, the Prehistoric Park opening. A lot of people have been asking me if that's like the intro for the show. That's not. There's been a handful of people that have seen the actual intro for Mesozoic Isle. That's like for the main season. That's just kind of like a build-up sequence for the title reveal. For the prologue. That's just separate for the prologue. You're never going to see that again. Besides the prologue, that's special to that. The Prehistoric Archipelago intro at the very beginning, you're going to see that at the beginning of anything that is in the Prehistoric Archipelago universe. That's kind of like our branding thing, and it's basically just a carbon copy of the Walking with the Dinosaurs intro, because I wanted to pay an homage to it, and I thought it looked really cool and it'd be fun to recreate, and so that's what I did it. You know, this is a spiritual, a very spiritual passion project made from somebody who really enjoyed all these things growing up, and so, you know, I kind of have embraced a lot of the nostalgia factors that have been put into Mesozoic Isle, even though I'm kind of a person by heart that tries to ignore nostalgia and make things original and on their own merit, which I think I blend pretty well within Mesozoic Isle. But yeah, who is Mesozoic Isle's main character? My money's on Redtooth. Like I said, I really tried to make there's no main character, and that there's more of like multiple primary protagonists that you can follow, and so that if you really are invested in one character rather than another, you're not really sacrificing a bunch of time towards a certain character. I think Redtooth, now that I've gone back through the footage, I think Redtooth has some of the most consistent screen time out of all the characters. But that's because he possesses a role where he's kind of like a spectator. He's just a baby, so he can't really get involved too much within the plot. He's more affected by it, and he has his own little storyline that he's going through. And so you just basically see him constantly. He'll pop up and he'll watch other things happening from other dinosaurs and other characters, and he's like, oh crap, that thing's big, and that thing's eating that one, and oh crap, that was scary, oh, that thing almost ate me. You know, he's just kind of like sitting there watching. He's not really doing much himself. He does end up having a couple events that actually do have some merit with the plot, but for the most part, he's just kind of a spectator. So I would say that he probably has the most consistent screen time. I don't know if he has the actual numbers on screen time. If I were to pick anybody that does have the numbers on screen time, it's probably Redtooth, just because he's in like so many scenes. But I still think that he's more just like a consistently showing up character, but he doesn't necessarily always do a lot. He's kind of like not necessarily a very active character, and he doesn't really hold a lot of attention on his own. He's just kind of a cute guy watching stuff, but a lot of the stuff happening around him is quite interesting and can be quite motivational. But he definitely has his own moments where things happen with him. So it'll be an interesting thing to see with that. But there's other characters. I think Blue and Rex definitely hold a lot of screen time. Spike is a very important character that but he doesn't hold a ton of screen time. I think Rex and Blue definitely beat him out in that area. they're more active. Just in general, I definitely wanted to try to see if I could help break the kind of bias towards carnivorous dinosaurs and show that herbivorous characters can be really interesting too. But unfortunately, Mesozoic Isle, the way I've written it, is not a good season to really push that. And so I did try a little bit, but I haven't really pushed on it a bunch yet. I think I'll try a little bit more in season 2, but definitely Mesozoic Isle season 1 has a lot of carnivorous dinosaur focal point because it needs to focus on those guys because they hold the most power in terms of the hierarchy of Mesozoic Isle, and that's really what the story's about. Birthday. Oh, my birthday was December 14th, and I didn't really wish for anything in particular. I mean, I guess money always helps, with my projects and whatnot. But yeah. Hey, 15th of February would be right after my birthday. Well, there you go. Who is Mesozoic Isle's main character? I already read that. I think we will see Bone Crusher in episode 4 or 6. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. That's an interesting theory. I think I did say before. I think I did hint at when he was. I'm not gonna say though. I don't know if I did because I'm not gonna hint at it again. Just in case I didn't say anything. What music should I use at Kiki's Little Wonder? It's really whatever fits for your style. I mean, Hadrosaur, I'll bring him up. He's been having a very interesting choice with his music. I'm not too particularly much of a fan of the type of thing that he's going for, but I haven't seen what he's actually going for with the story and the visual aspects. So it might be really going with what he's going for. But either way, it's a very unique style. He's going for like a very Western and guitarish, like a lot of things have guitars in them and stuff like that, and it's really interesting. I'm really intrigued to see what his series is going to turn out like. I think it's called Safari. It's just like that's what the main like brand is Safari, and then it's like Safari Hell Creek, Safari Ixan Formation, and stuff like that. And so I'm really interested to see what he's doing with that. It's really up to you, whatever you feel like fits the story. I mean, I'm using music from all kinds of dinosaur documentaries and even things that are not related to dinosaurs, mostly just at least animals, like Planet Earth 2 is at least related to animals. But yeah, it's really fun to play around with that stuff, and they're already really well done, so you can't really go too wrong with that. Hey, will you make a scene when a herbivore kills a carnivore? I think there's a possibility. If you want a herbivore lead, you know where to go. Shameless plug. Yes, go. You guys, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you do know, but Camosaurus is making a very interesting idea and concept for season 4 of Dinosaur Island Revival, and I'm super pumped about it. It's really a super awesome concept. And I'm gonna let you guys go over to his channel and find out more because he'll probably explain it way better than I do. But I definitely would intrigue, especially if you're interested in herbivorous leads, and I think he's gonna do a fantastic job with it. The best point of the prologue was when you said moist. Oh yeah, I bet that's what you loved most. You said Bone Crusher came in episode 5. I really did say a specific episode. I don't remember saying a specific episode. I think you're crazy, dude. Hey, will you make a scene when a herbivore kills a carnivore? Oh, wait, I already read that. I'm kind of nervous as Vastray Island episode 1 shows fossils briefly, and I feel like people will think I ripped off MI Prologue. Don't let people do that to you, dude. If anything, I want Mesozoic Isle to inspire people. I want people to look at things that they like in it and be able to say, hey, I like that concept or this or that, or if anything that I do wrong inside Mesozoic Isle, you can learn from it and improve your own show. And that's what I did. I think that a lot of the better qualities of Mesozoic Isle, in certain aspects of it, were directly inspired off of a lot of the flaws of other shows that I've seen, in particular Dinosaur Island season 4, which I felt like the sound design was really flat, and that was a big motivation for me to actually make my sound design really well, really full, I should say. It has a lot of attention, so much attention put into the sound design. There's so many subtle things. I mean, you definitely get the best experience out of Mesozoic Isle with headphones because you can hear every little thing that's going on. Every bush rustles. If you see a bush move, it's rustling, even if it's minute. So yeah, there's a lot of attention in there. Fiasco's MI trailer reaction. Too many nature shots. Fiasco's reaction to MI Prologue. Too many museum shots. Wait, did he make a reaction for it? I haven't seen it. Did he make a reaction for it? Let's see. Did I get a notification? Did I not set the bell for his stuff? Let me go into my subscriptions real quick. FF, there it is. Fiasco. No, why is the bell not clicked? Bell. Oh. Did he just make a comment or something somewhere? I don't know. I only remember that he showed or that he commented on the video. Maybe he updated the comment, but he only said that he thought it was really well done or something like that along those lines. At Kikizilla 101, I'm thinking about making a Dinosaur Island Season 1, Episode 1 reimagined. What are your thoughts? So that would be a pretty cool fan project to like reimagine and go back and like try to improve off of what it is, or like a remastered version. I actually think that's a pretty cool concept. Definitely, I think that's a really cool concept. But I mean, I'm more of a kind of guy that would prefer to make my own ideas. But if you're somebody who really would like to do that, then I think that's a really awesome idea. I'd definitely love to check that out. Yeah, episode 6 has a lot of herbivore shots, and a good herbivorous lead would be a Styracosaurus herd in the series. Well, cool. I'm looking forward to that. A lot of Styracosauruses this year. Well, just in general lately. You have Styracosauruses in there. Gibson has a whole story around Styracosauruses. There's a lot of Styracosauruses in Mesozoic Isle, or at least they show up a bunch. Kiki, I think you missed my funny comment. Also, I figured out why all the dinosaurs look like toys. They were 3D printed by a computer. That is funny. That is funny. That is really funny. Akikizilla 101. I saw DI episode 1 from an irrelevant Dino Tuber where the soundtrack is nothing but Africa by Toto. It's like putting a Daft Punk in a kaiju battle. I have heard things about that. A certain person that I know had told me about that, and I did see it, and it was a very interesting choice. I'll say that at the least. Yeah, episode 6 has a lot of... oh, you already said that, I think, or I read that. Oh, that was for comedic effect. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's make DI live action movie. That would be pretty interesting. That would be pretty interesting to do. What's a good figure to use as Nessie? I may or may not want to make a Nessie short film or something like that. I would definitely recommend... Do I even have it? Yeah, I did. I moved a lot of my Carnegie stuff down inside that little thing. But I do have this Carnegie figure up here. Okay, I'm not grabbing it. It's the old Carnegie Elasmosaurus with the arched neck. They even have like a green one, like a greenish blue one. That one would probably be perfect because it has like the nice stature, but it's also a little bit more realistic than the traditional Nessie depictions. So there you go. A little off topic, but have you seen it, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? No, I have not. I've not seen it. I do kind of want to see it though. You said the Bone Crusher came in episode 5, so Dynaman could make a reaction video to his introduction. Huh. Well, damn it. I don't know what else to say. I think, okay, fine. Fine, you guys know now. Bone Crusher, his first appearance is in episode 5 of Mesozoic Isle. There you go. I forget. It was a Billy that guessed episode 4 or 6, and he literally skipped right around it. It's in episode 5. Okay, there you go. I'll just get off my chest. So I don't have to. I'm such an idiot sometimes. I don't know why I say some of this stuff. But yes, that Jesus Christ. Yes, that's exactly. What is the most ridiculous dinosaur film you've ever seen? Probably like the thing with like Speckles, the Tarbosaurus, or like Tarbosaurus thing, like Dinosaur King or something like that. This is also off topic, but have you seen Oh, I just mentioned that. I have seen parts of it. I have never bared to watch the entire thing. So there you go. Also, I love the Walking with Dinosaur style intro because that's the one thing I do with the intro in my series. Yeah, I think it was a really cool and well done thing. I think somebody, I don't know if they're here. Somebody asked me on Dino Nation like how I did that. It's actually quite interesting. I just used a bunch of B-roll shots from the show that I just did for B-roll, and I just took those shots, and then And then I just went outside, and there was a completely clear sky. It was just blue. So it was just blue outside. Like, there was no clouds in the sky at all. And I just sat out on my driveway, pointed the camera up in the sky, and puppeted my dinosaur figures right there. And that's where I got all those shots that you see in that Prehistoric Archipelago intro. Was just me pointing it up at the sky. And then what I did is just like I made the transparency a little bit lower with the I layered the dinosaurs on top of the layer of the B-roll shots, and then I made it transparent so that you could see the background, the B-roll shots through it, and it kind of worked like a green screen since it was like a flat blue background. I was able to kind of milk it out, and then I just changed the color correction on both of them and made it to the color that I wanted, and that's how I did it. That's as simple as I did. I just pointed my camera up at the sky. One eye is like edgy 12 years OCV Rex. I don't know what. The one eye T-Rex from Speckles thing or whatever. Yeah, I recognized one of the B-roll shots from the first trailer. The one, the Quets and the Dilo. Yeah, that I think. Was that a wider version? I think that might have been a wider shot that I took that wasn't the close-up shot that I used in the first and second trailer. I might have used that in the second trailer. I don't know. That brings up another shot. Another thing. People were criticizing my reuse of shots inside of the prologue. I absolutely see where you're coming from. I think the only ones I can think of that I reused were some B-roll shots, but those were intentional. And then I reused the Gripposaurus shot and the Gorgosaurus shot where it's in like the little wooded area. Those were filmed purely as B-roll shots. So was the Tapejara shot and the scene with the Utahraptor and the corpse, the Dimetrodon corpse. Those were all filmed as B-roll purely for the prologue. So those things, even though you saw parts of them all inside of the trailers, that's all you're getting. They're never going to be repeated again. I mean, I'm never using this figure again. Well, at least I don't think I'm using it again. I might, I don't know. Maybe I'll repaint it one day or do something with it. Who knows? But I'm not using this figure again. This was just for the prologue, because I wanted to use the Psittacosaurus figures I had, but this figure and this figure, but they were like really upscaled, so I couldn't put them next to my like Tyrannosaurus figures or anything like that because they're just not right size. So I did like a smaller scale scene, and that scene kind of functioned as a way to give you guys like a taste of what Mesozoic Isle is going to be like. So, because I knew that people are going to be, watching the prologue and they're going to want to have some kind of shot that is going to give them a taste for everything, and you're not going to want to just watch the Mesozoic Isle thing and get none of the dinosaur stuff besides some small montages. So I think that that scene really adds a lot to the prologue, which is pretty nice. I know why Spiritooth doesn't have a mate. That Utahraptor killed him. Hey, that's a pretty cool speculation. I've actually never put those together. I've never put that together, but maybe that could be like, a fan theory that becomes canon or something. Maybe that'll become canon on the website. I need to finish the website too. I'm planning on getting that out at least within January. It was supposed to come out last month, but I was working so hard on the prologue that, I didn't get around to the rest of them. Is Barney going to die in Mesozoic Isle? Oh, he's already dead, dude. If the main character isn't a yam, we're going to have some problems. I agree. That's why I don't have a main character. Because I knew that I couldn't accomplish making a yam last long enough inside my backpack getting it up into the mountains. But yeah, my series intro is in the Walking with Dinosaur style. The shots and intro change everything. I did notice that. Yeah, I did notice that. That's pretty cool. What did you get for Christmas? I got a bunch of money and stuff, and I got this Collecta swimming Spinosaurus, which I really love the pose of this thing. I got that from Mandy. She's a huge Spinosaurus fan, so it's kind of obvious why she got that for me. And then I got this, which I'm so happy about. I got this finally, the Carnegie 2015? Yeah, 2015 Velociraptor. Putting that back, right? Putting that back in the right spot, right? No, I'm not. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. My fish is upside down. Have you ever heard of Back to the Jurassic? No. The shots of and blue shots and iguanodon shots, I think. Oh yeah, I did reuse the shot of Blue drinking because I liked that shot, and also I didn't want to. I did that intentional too because I didn't want to really give away too many shots that were in the main show. I just wanted to use a couple of them, so they were just kind of repeated. You are right with that. Iguanodon. Did I use that? What other shot did I use from the Iguanodon? I don't know. Yeah, so not too many shots I reused, but definitely some reused shots. That's not going to happen in the main episodes, I don't think. Well, that's kind of a lie, but some of them are intentional, like reused in terms of like if one episode ends like on a little cliffhanger, the other episode will pick up right with that cliffhanger, and so it'll kind of show the same thing twice. But that's really the extent of how that's going to happen in the main show, really. Why were the Utah Raptors eggs green? Because I didn't really have anything good to use for dinosaur eggs, and I had Reese's Pieces Easter egg candies, and those were, I either used blue or green. I thought the green like kind of melded in with the environment pretty well, and I know they're pretty bright, but I thought they looked kind of cool. So I just put them there, and I did that, and so yeah, that was her eggs, in there, and yeah, I love how Camo, he knew his stuff with Utah Raptor, or I mean Oviraptor, that, you know, the whole outdated like egg thief type thing, and that he caught that, you know, it was intentional. I was purposely doing that to show like the outdated theory of the Oviraptor, and that particular version of Oviraptor that was on the island right there definitely had an outdated I guess complex that it was going through, and it's yeah, you are smart. Is the Prologue Utah the same as the series one? Moving on. The Reese's Puffs intensifies. Not eggs. Land Before Time impression. Oh. I don't remember how they said that in that. Are the Utahs in MI social? The Utahs in Vastara Island aren't social. They are only seen in pairs if they have a mate. Utah Raptors in Mesozoic Isle are extremely social. They live in very large packs, and you'll see that in season 2. You're going to get to see a Utah Raptor storyline, which I'm really proud of. We're getting by far the largest Utah Raptor pack I've ever seen in a Dinosaur Island show. It's a very large Utah Raptor pack, and it's going to have a very interesting infighting complex we're going to go through with them. But yeah, the Utah Raptors on Mesozoic Isle are very social, and they're very efficient because they're very large, fast, and they're able to take down prey like 5 times their own size in their groups that they are living. And so they actually cause a lot of problems. They live inside the Western Divide, which is on the west side of the island, and it's split by 2 giant mountain ranges, and in the middle is like a giant long valley, and that's why it's called the Western Divide. They live in the lower southern reaches of it. And they also live alongside Acrocanthosaurus in that region. But Acrocanthosaurus tends to have a little bit of trouble with them, so they tend to stay northern, and the Utah Raptors tend to stay southern because there's a little bit more prey. The prey variety is less of like the really large sauropods, and it's a little bit easier for the Utah Raptors to take down. Things like Iguanodon and stuff are really common in the south, and Temnodontosaurus, I think you're called, however you say it. But they're common. Iguanodon are also common up north too. But the Utah Raptors and Acrocanthosaurus kind of split each other naturally through the Western Divide because they don't want to compete with one another. The Utah Raptors could be easily killed by an Acrocanthosaurus. You know, one Utah Raptor could easily be killed, but also a pack of Utah Raptors could easily kill a Acrocanthosaurus. And so it's kind of like a mutual respect type thing that they just don't want to mess with each other and don't want any losses. So they just kind of stay in their own zones and ignore each other. And so it's kind of an interesting thing that you'll see. But yeah, they're extremely social, and they actually cause a lot of problems because their packs can be very powerful. Very, very powerful. Thankfully, they don't do too much exploring. They have been doing a bit, like you'll see a Utah Raptor character inside of season 1 of Mesozoic Isle that adventured out a little bit too far. But thankfully, it seems like they try to stay in their general area, which is pretty interesting because of how powerful they are. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure David says the microwaves his grape jam. I think It's true, Papa. Yeah, I think I like Cameron's critique. I really enjoy the blood in Mesozoic Isle. I think that I did a lot of great ones. I could see how it kind of looks a little pasty, but the color is probably a little too bright. I think for season 2, I'll get a little bit darker of a jam if I can find one. So yeah, I think that was a pretty respectable critique that I'm probably going to act on that and try to find some darker blood. My main problem with David's blood, though, is that it's a little chunky. It just doesn't look real to me. I personally just prefer the more like sticky kind of blood and gooey because I don't know. It just looks a little bit. I mean, I can understand if it's like a chunk like that it's taking out or something, but I think that's why I was telling David to warm up and microwave his blood because it makes it a little bit more soft, and he kind of agreed with me on that. Because originally there was a lot of shots he did in Titans of Acralis that had like basically just clumps, and it didn't actually look like it was like blood like smeared. And so that's what I was critiquing him on. He's gotten a lot better with it now that he's been microwaving it. And I just don't even need to microwave mine because it just gets warm in the backpack that we take up there. So yeah, but I mean, I guess it's to each their own, but the color, I definitely agree with Camo on that. It probably could have been darker. The Psittapati on the Isle of the Mesozoic are very interesting. The females will be played by the Carnegie Oviraptor, and the larger males will be played by the new Safari Psittapati. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. The larger males. I think that the females are a little bit more colorful. Well, it depends on which version you have. Massive unboxing coming later today. Episode 5 is still in progress. And yes, I am using your live chat as a shameless plug platform. Fair enough. Oh, yeah. My audience is so much of a... They're probably already watching you. I'm just going to say that. It was pink. I don't think it was pink, but it definitely looked bright red. Use over 200... on D. Jenkins. What are you? I'm a little confused by that. Oh, my blood is chunkier than my body type. Okay, then. That's just interesting. When is episode 5 coming out? The blood was pretty bright. Yeah, it was pretty bright. I think that's one of the ones where it looks the worst. I still think it looks a little better than the other ones, but I'm still fine with that. I think it looked cool. So that's what I was going for. Realism, probably could have been darker. I should probably find a darker jam, but I still like it. It might have also been the lighting that was making it look really bright. That might be the case too. I know that the blood looks really... I love the blood with Bone Crusher's scene. You guys have already seen some stills with all the blood in his mouth. And the scene at the end of the trailer, the second trailer for Mesozoic Isle. So yeah, I really love the blood on his mouth. I thought that looked great. Why is it so much of a problem that certain animals will explore other regions of the island? Because they have terraformed the island to try to influence them to stay in certain zones, because certain animals will outcompete other ones. Like Tyrannosaurus will easily outcompete like something like Daspletosaurus if it gets into the same environment. So they really try to influence them with terrain barriers and also environmental barriers, like temperature is one that they use a lot, humidity and stuff like that. They make like if for instance, like Daspletosaurus is far more tolerant of a humid environment than Tyrannosaurus is, and so it kind of influences them to stay away from there, because Daspletosaurus lives in marshlands, which is very humid compared to southern lowlands where Tyrannosaurus is from, which is a lot more dry than where Daspletosaurus lives. So temperature differences. I think southern lowlands is a little hotter than where Daspletosaurus lives. So temperature differences and stuff like that. But obviously, sometimes they don't work out. Like Giganotosaurus is the worst. They just turned out to be really adaptable to everything, and they're just been exploring everywhere. They don't tend to explore too much into southern lowlands where Tyrannosaurus is, thankfully, because they're just not dumb enough to try to compete with them. They just try to go in other places that are easier, that don't have animals that are almost equal in size to them. But the Hidden Valley is a real problem child, because the mountains kind of counteract what they're trying to do, and it makes a really mellow, moderate type of environment that is kind of easily adaptable for a lot of different animals. So it allows animals to stay in there that shouldn't be there, rather than, that other stuff. So the only things I didn't like were the thumbnail and the inconsistency of stock footage quality. What do you mean by stock footage quality? The inconsistency of stock footage quality? the thumbnail, yeah, there wasn't too many shots. I had some other choices I was gonna do. I would really like to do the shot with the Mollysaurus head. I thought that was the best artistic value, but I felt like my friend was even telling me, you know, the main purpose was is to grab people's attention with the thumbnail, and I just don't think that as many people would want to, new people would sit there and look at the picture of the Mollysaurus skeleton and be like, oh, that's something I want to watch, rather than, you know, the figure sitting there and do that. It definitely was a bit out of focus and stuff like that. Not my best work, but yeah, who cares? So yeah, the inconsistency of stock footage quality, I don't really know what you mean by that. If you have some examples, I'd love to hear them. Is the M-Rex gonna be purple like Thanos? Hell yeah, dude, it's gonna be purple like Thanos. It's just, and he's got a big old chin too with lines in it. Yeah. It's better when the blood is too light than neon. I think you did a very good job. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I still think that it could have been a little bit lighter or darker. I mean, but yeah, it definitely. I don't think it was bad. I like it. I just think it looks cool. It's better when the blood. I read that. Gigo's beating up everybody. Yeah. The iRex by Mattel has been listed on Walmart.com. Really? Oh my gosh, that's pretty exciting. What figures did you get, Kiki? Sorry, my family's been a disturbance. What figures did you get? I mean, for my birthday and stuff, I got the Collective Swimming Spinosaurus and the Carnegie Velociraptor from 2015. And then for my birthday, I got this Papo Velociraptor and the Safari 2018 Camarasaurus, which is way over there. I'm not going to grab it. Use the shot of the green T-Rex at the end for the thumbnail. That shot looked nice. Yeah, but that is a shot from the actual main season. And I mean, I do really like that thumbnail. I might even use it for the episode that it shows up in. I think it's episode 5, actually. I think that shows up in episode 5 or something like that. So I might use that for that. I really love that shot. I think it looks really great because, you know, it's like all bubbly. The blood is all bubbly, like it's freshly coming out of the wound from getting face bit. And so it looks kind of cool in my opinion. I love that, the blood on his face there. Some of the stock footage looked just as high resolution as your camera's footage, while some of it looked more pixelated. Yeah, I think some of it was pretty inconsistent. I think maybe I think some of the sunset shots were a little bit lower resolution because I had to kind of crop them to get there was one that had a boat in it that I had to get out. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, I could see your point with that. Yeah, definitely. Things have arrived. Oh, geez. By the way, did you get my message, Gibson? I'm trying not to bring it up because I don't know if you actually want me to bring attention to it. You know, in public, but I don't know. I'm just trying to respect whatever you want. But did you get my message on Facebook? I sent you a message on Facebook. Invading and abusing all other theropods. I have the same Carnegie Ovi that you own, but the Safari one is even more colorful. So they're even more larger, and you know, male birds are. Yeah, I actually think that the I mean, I guess that it's mostly black, but I think the Carnegie one's a little bit more vibrant than the Cittipati. It looks a little bit more mellow in the tones. Yeah, I got the message. Thank you, darling. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just not gonna say. I didn't want to say anything in here because I don't know if you actually want attention brought to that, and if you don't, then I can totally respect that because, you know, I didn't really want to have much attention brought to it, but you know, things lined up, so whatever. Are you ever gonna friggin' listen to my soundtrack, Dad? You're talking to Gibson. The reason I asked if the M-Rex was purple like Thanos was because you once said I turned him into Mesozoic Isle equivalent to Thanos. I said that? Oh, wait. I compared him to Thanos? Are you sure I compared? Maybe I did. I mean, he's definitely, in terms of power level, I mean, yeah. He's definitely the most powerful. He's definitely the Thanos equivalent. But that was like a relation I made because somebody commented on it, I think. That's like not something I was actively thinking about when making the MREX, if that gives you an idea at all. So there you go. You did compare him to Thanos. I did. Okay, yeah. That's what I think now I do remember comparing him to that. The MREX wipes out half of MI dinosaurs. Exactly. When I'm finished, half of you all still exist. Survival of the fittest, boy. But one thing or survival of the luckiest. One thing that sold me on the large male with the safaris is the big feathered crest and the Sitapati. Like many male birds show off their colors. Fair enough. By the way, I have a playlist on my channel with some of the character themes I'm using for season 4. Feel free to check them out. I haven't revealed who they are for. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'll check that out. Watch out, he has the gauntlet. Yeah, he only has one arm, so he have to put it on his right arm. Yeah. How big is the MREX? I haven't gotten an official measurement yet. I really should. But I'm going to compare it to my other figures, because I think I based it around like some of my Tyrannosaurus figures, putting them at about 40 feet. And then I just kind of based everything else off around that. And I'm assuming he's around 60 feet. One time I thought he was 70. Maybe if you like straighten out his tail and everything, then he'd be 70. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to guess around 60 feet. Let's just say around 60 feet. I think that's a conservative estimate, or a realistic estimate is 60 feet. Around 60 feet long, which is ridiculous. No other animal is the size of him that's carnivorous. No other land animal is compares to size. I mean, he's even outsizes the Deinosuchus. Is there anything in the water? Pliosaurus probably outsizes him. Pliosaurus is definitely bigger. 60 feet, hot damn. Can adult red tooth be the PNSO T-Rex? Oh, you mean that? I mean, it's not even like the same color as him, and I haven't confirmed whether or not he's living yet. And so you have to see the season 1 to see if he even lives. The one that really sounded cool when people said it to me was doing the feathered Tyrannosaurus Rex from Safari as an adult red tooth, and I'm like, that's actually a really cool comparison, like with the red and everything, and then the feathers. I was like, that's a really cool comparison. I never even thought of that. The Papo Quetz is the creepiest figure I have ever laid eyes upon. I can't stop staring at this thing. Oh, you got it. Ooh, I'm jelly. I want that thing really bad. So he has a curly tail. Well, it's bent in some way. MREX, did you rip off Hyporex? The MREX is nothing like the Hyporex. Definitely not. And I came up with it before the Hyporex was even put into the aisle. So, ha. Pliosaurus would probably outweigh him, but would not be 60 feet long. I think that Pliosaurus is like 50 foot long or something like that. Either way, that's like what I'm putting it at in Mesozoic Isle. But definitely, overall, it's way bigger. Like, wider. It's not taller, but it's almost as long. Just overall bulk and all things volume considered, definitely outsizes and outweighs the Monster Commanderus Rex. Pliosaurus are huge. They're really big. Recently today at 11 a.m., Jacksonville at Esports, a gamer shot 3 others and himself. What the heck? That is crazy. Are you all right, dude? Jesus, that is scary. Okay, then that was out of nowhere. Oh, Thanos meme. Hyporex, did the Isle creators rip off the MREX? This is my theory. No. Because like I said, it was a base figure that I was just going to use just the base figure for a while. And it was going to be like a subtle hybrid. But then I really wanted to break it out into its own. And that's why I got Kayakasaurus on board. And we made some subtle changes to it to make it a little bit more unique. And especially in the paint, like the color scheme is a lot more unique than what it was originally. But yeah. You should have gone for the sub count. If the MREX is Thanos, then who's Tony Stark? I don't know. That's a really good question. I'll let you guys decide once you see season 2. God, I can't believe I still have no idea what the base figure is. Like, what the hell? Yeah, yeah. If the M-Rex is Thanos, who is Gamora? Why is Gamora? Where is Gamora? No, who's Gamora? I'll do you one better. Or no. Where is Gamora? I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? Drax makes me laugh so much. How obscure is this figure? I don't know. I mean, 10 being common and like 1 being like really rare. It's probably like a 5 or a 4. I'd say that, maybe. Like, at least nowadays. Can you watch my new Avengers Infinity War trailer? It's only 1:14. I'm not doing that on this stream. This is for Mesozoic. Have you seen any other Dino Tubers with it? Not that I can think of. I know Caesar has something very similar. Very similar. And he used to have this one, I think. I think he used to have this figure. But he doesn't anymore. And if anybody were to have it, I'd guess it'd be Matthew Dinosaur King, but I really don't think he does. Because he has so many. I don't think he does, though. I really don't think he does. Have you ever... Hey, send me a photo of Bone Crusher. Aiden doesn't have to know. Here's an interesting question for you. Is it an accurate figure? No. I mean, I guess kind of, but not really. No, I'll say no. Does the M-Rex look curry? I don't know what I'm reading. Here's an art for the series at a Patty. Oh, I apparently can't open it. Open link in new tab. Huh. I mean, yeah, definitely with them like right next to each other like that, that makes a lot more sense. I'm still kind of leaning towards, I think that the Carnegie one makes a better male, just in my opinion. But yeah. Is the M-Rex bigger than the Vita Giga? Overall, yes. Yes, it is. The actual figure is bigger than the Vita Giga. What happened to the Godzillasaurus being added to the island? Huh? I remember that you said, or is that maybe the M-Rex? I said Gojirasaurus. That's an actual dubious genus. They actually thought it was a real dinosaur at one point. And then when I found out about it, I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome because I love Godzilla. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm adding that to Mesozoic Island. So basically, Gojirasaurus is canon to Mesozoic Isle. It's a dubious genus in real life, but it's canon to Mesozoic Isle. It's a real species on there because they made it when they thought it was real. But when they found out it was dubious, they just kind of went their own way with it and made it unique. And so I'm actually I have this really cool design that's it keeps the main thing of what we actually thought Gojirasaurus looked like when we thought it was a real species, but then it kind of like mutates it in a way to make it its own thing. And I really love what I came up with. And I'm really excited to show that off one day. I don't know if I'm going to ever show it off in one of the main seasons of Mesozoic Isle. Maybe if I can get Kayakasaurus to make one, then that'd be really awesome to have one of those. That'd be really cool. But I probably will show it off like in a short film or something down the line at some point on Mesozoic Isle. But yeah, that's something I really want to show off because I think Gojirasaurus is really cool. M-Rex is very, very big, or is very big, big boy. Can you show us the M-Rex foot? No, I'm not going to show you the M-Rex foot. What happened to the Carnegie figures given to Kayakasaurus from Spinodude? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I mean, Kayakasaurus sent some figures that I bought off of him to Spinodude, and Spinodude has them, and he's repainting a couple of them. He's going to send them to me soon. I always assumed it was a theropod, but what if it's a lizard? That would be crazy, bro. That'd be crazy. Read my last comment. So if T-Rex's figures are 40 feet compared to his 60 feet, the Carnegie and Safari LCD Rexes are about 12 inches, meters, and this figure is about 18 inches long. I think that's a pretty good guess. Yeah. I think it might be a little bit shorter than that because, like, the kind of curves a little bit. It's not at the most pristine angle compared to the Rexes. The Rexes are a lot easier to measure them. It's not at the most pristine posture to do that. But yeah, I would say that that's not too far off at all. MREX is an ankylosaurid. Laugh my A off. What if it is the lizard? It is the lizard in my tank down there. Have to go. Need to play Fortnite. All right, you enjoy, dude. What if it's a spooky iguanodon? Haha, more unboxing teasers. Oh my goodness. Did you get the Papo iguanodon? I hope it's the Collector one. I hope you didn't get the Papo one. Ugh, that thing's ugly. Want to hear a joke? Camo starting a new series and saying he'll finish it. Damn, that was cruel. That was really cruel. I have faith in him finishing stuff. I mean, he's taking a break from Billy. Cenozoic is MIA, but that's because he's got a lot of weather problems right now. But I have a lot of confidence he's going to finish this stuff. I mean, definitely Dinosaur Animal Revival Season 4. I just killed the mother user raptor. Ow. I'm still sore from falling a couple times while skiing. Camo got roasted. Camo wing destroyed. Okay, then. And Aiden has been borrowing Penny while you sleep, too. Okay, that's interesting. Let me get some water. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, half of all of these streams at this point have been, like, you put all the time together. I think about half of it has been spent, like, pretty close to half of all of it has been spent talking about the MREX. Because everybody just is so obsessed with it. But I think that's awesome. I can't wait for you guys to see it. That is a good idea, Bermudasaurus. It gives me a reason to buy the Papo Penta. I might get the PNSO box for my birthday. ASMR. The MREX is a Rebor Rex. Yeah, that's not happening. What's a dubious genus? Dubious genus means it's like no longer valid. They thought it was real, but now it's not. Troodon is a dubious genus. We thought it was a real dinosaur, but now we discovered that all of the different parts we found of it actually belong to different dinosaurs. So the genus Troodon is now dubious or invalid, and now it's split up into other dinosaurs. I wouldn't say whether or not the Papo Iguanodon, but hypothetically, if I did, I would defend it to the death now that I have it in person. But again, who's to say? I don't know. If you do have that, I hope you review that first because I'm curious to see why you like it. Which I'm pretty sure at this point that you do like it. Both the recent Iguanodons really disappointed me. I don't like the Papo one. I think it looks terrible. And I don't really like the Collecto one. It just looks really weird. Like the legs and the crotch to tail area looks really funky. Something doesn't look right there. I saw some in hand stuff and it looked a little better, but from that same angle, it looks way weird. So yeah. Troodon is fake. What animal is Gogiosaurus actually? I think it's just some kind of coelophysoid, something related to Coelophysis, or probably closer related to Dilophosaurus and Liliensternus and stuff like that. It's in that kind of family. That's where it was, but it was split off into. It might even have been split off into Liliensternus. I don't know. Safari Iguanodon is quite nice. I love the Safari one. The Safari one I really like. I'm iffy on the Collector one. I still think I might get it. I still think I might get the Collector one, but the Papo one is a no-go for me. Maybe Bionoculsaurus can swing me to the other side. Fuckus is kind of stiff, but it's just an anatomical masterpiece. The Papo one will, while inaccurate, is shockingly attractive looking in hand. I'm really curious to see what. Yeah, please review that one first. I'm really curious to see why you like it so much. Maybe you can win me over. Yeah, he's clearly defending it. I really do. What's happening to me? I don't know. But just show me why. Who's narrating in the Mesozoic Isle? That is my sister, Mandy. She's narrating all that stuff. I think she did a really great job. She's really improved from the first trailer that she narrated. It took a lot of coaching, but she's gotten really good at it now. Snaps fingers. I've now hit your sub count. There you go. I know exactly what the Monster Commander's Rex is. A couch. Damn, boy, that was a shocker. I already read that. Does she like dinos as well? More casually than I do. She's not fascinated with them, but she definitely likes dinosaurs. Her favorite dinosaur is Spinosaurus. She really likes Spinosaurus. So that's why she got me a Spinosaurus for my birthday. And which is better, the Safari Regal Ceratops or the Safari 2017 Trike? You mean 2018 Trike? What, do you not have them in person? I have to tell you, I vastly prefer the Trike. This is one of my favorite Safari figures I have, period. This thing is beautiful. The pose is absolutely amazing. The colors are actually pretty simplistic, but I kind of like them because black is a really new color to try out, although it does have like a greenish hue to it. I thought most of it was just a dark green, but David did point out to me it is actually black, and so now I'm just going to call it black. I really don't like the head display. I'm sorry, Doug Watson. You are really boring with your designs on the head. I really have to say that. Ceratopsians, they're such beautiful animals. They clearly had a lot of attention. Like, look at their bodies. That is boring, right? That's a really boring body, which is usually why I prefer to have quills depicted on. I just think it looks cooler. I'm not necessarily saying that's more accurate. I'm just saying I think it looks cooler. But the heads definitely are an attractive feature. They have giant frills, giant horns, and I really love Dinosaur Revolution's depiction of Triceratops because it really takes advantage of everything, and the whole head is really colorful and vibrant, and I really wish that we could see something like that on one of these figures. And I actually think for Season 3 of Mesozoic Isle, when I bring back some Trikes, these are the ones I'm going to use for more accurate Triceratops by the time we get to Season 3. And I want to show them off, and I think I'm going to have David repaint them and make them really pretty. Like really pretty. This one would be a female, but I'd have like basically Dinosaur Revolution like aspects of color and just make their heads all beautifully colored and stuff. I'm really looking forward to trying that out. But yeah, I think the detail and everything. This one has really crisp detail, but it's very inconsistent. It just smears in a lot of areas, especially around the feet, and that's a problem you get a lot with Safari is smeared detail, and the seam lines are pretty bad, and the face is pretty inconsistent from side to side, and the cheeks just kind of rub me wrong. I have actually grown to like it a lot more as I've had it in hand. I will tell you that. I've grown to like it a lot more than I did when I originally got it. I mean, this was the biggest disappointment when I got it in hand originally. When I was like really excited to get it, and then I was like, oh, that sucks. And I still think it's probably their worst Ceratopsian. I'm going to be honest. I think the Vega Ceratops is better than this thing. I really do. I'm going to hold that opinion for a while at least. I mean, I think the crispness on this one is definitely better, but it's so inconsistent it actually annoys me. And the colors are a little bit more interesting on this one, or at least betterly blended and stuff like that. But I still think that the Vega is better. So honestly, I think that the Regali is the worst of Safari Ceratopsians, and then I think the Trike is the best, even over the Styracosaurus, which I actually have quite a lot of problems with. But yeah. Anyways, we'll get that out of the way and move back on to Mesozoic Isle. Puts up Rowley Shield. I think the Safari Carno is kind of good, and we'll be getting it. Cool. Pulls out a knife. Anyone who likes the Papo Marga, come here for a second. I don't know what they're barking at. Mr. Blue, I don't feel so good. Oh, gosh. Can you show off the Safari 2017 Giga? It's buried back there. I don't really want to grab it right now, to be honest. Why don't you like the V-Rex? You mean the Rebor one? Because it just doesn't look like the V-Rex at all. It has really grid-like scales, and it annoys the hell out of me. I don't know. And I don't like the mouth. The mouth doesn't capture a V-Rex for me. I get that they're doing some creative stuff, but I don't. The grid detail is really what bugs me about the Reborn V-Rex. It looks like a grid. It doesn't look real at all to me. So yeah. What color is the M-Rex? I'm not saying, because that's one of the parts I really like about its design. And, I'm not going to give that away too much. I'm drawing another guess at the M-Rex. Kiki, want to see when I'm done? Absolutely. Reborn versus V-Rex looks like a duck. Okay, I guess you and I agree. What else do we have going on here? Nothing much going on. We lost our viewership, but we do have the same amount of likes as we have viewers. We have 12 viewers and 12 likes. Awesome. We're going to run this stream just for a little bit longer just to give people on the West Coast some more time to get out of school and join in on the stream. But I wanted to start a little earlier than I told you guys before because it's really late for people in the UK, and I know a lot of people want to join in, so... Oh, I just got a message from a friend. Are you free to private voice chat after this on Discord? No, I have something planned for after this. I have some other people I need to talk to. Sorry, Sketchy. If I have some time later, I will talk to you because I did tell you I was going to do it yesterday. Or no, I told you I was going to do it. When did I tell you to do it? Either way, I was going to tell you. I told you. I think it was yesterday, and I got busy. Either way, I'm going to try to make it up to you. I will talk to you soon. I just need to find time because there's some stuff I need to take care of. Talking to certain people about certain things, but also. I had a chat with Star Wars Jubaro, our first ever voice chat. We were going to talk together because we've been working together on a bunch of stuff in Mesozoic. I mean, he's been helping me out with the sound design, helping me extract audio and stuff like that. Oh, there he is. And I owe him so much. He's one of the very first collaborators, actually is the first collaborator with Mesozoic that I had. And I owe him so much. I have to thank you so much, Star Wars Jubaro. You're awesome, dude. I was really looking forward to talking to him, but I think he was busy earlier and he couldn't talk. So I want to talk to him pretty soon. Hey dude, sorry I didn't message you at 4. I didn't see the email until now. It's fine. It's fine. No worries, dude. I still would love to talk to you though. I'm eating those pretzels except the blue bag. Hashtag we are related. Okay then. Make it 13. Make what 13? 16. What's going on? There's something my grandma bought. It's actually pretty good, and she left it over here, so I was eating it. I'm pretty well caught up on everything, actually. Was Raptor Riot here? I know he asked me a question on Discord, and I was told him I was going to answer it here. But it hurts me to type because if I was like laying in my bed for a while, just laying because it was comfortable, and it was really hurting me to type and text because this is all sore and this is all sore. It's kind of the same with like this. You have to do that, and so I didn't want to type it out, but I wanted to tell him. I don't think he's here, which kind of sucks. Parmesan chips are the best. Hell yeah, dude. Well, dude, if you have time to spare later, I would be down to chat. I hope my internet is good. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, whenever the heck you want to talk. When are you free? I do have to talk. I'm going to have to check with one other person, though, that I have scheduled with because they're in the UK and they're way later. So I might have to check to see what is going on with that before we have our little chat. But right after that, I'll do that. Another MREX guess. Dude, that is cool. That is cool. That is cool. Did you give him like... Oh, you made one of his toes all messed up? Like it's like sitting out there? Is that what you did? That looks really weird. That is cool, though. That is cool. The mouth actually does speak a lot, Monster Commanderus Rex to me in some ways. But that's really cool. That reminds me of something. What is it? It reminds me of. So it looked like the almost looks like the acro, the Papo acro stance. That's really cool. Another amazing drawing, dude. You're really good. I'm really jealous. Who made art? I want to see it. Well, you can ask Prehistoric Grinder sort of showed you. I don't think he wants anybody to see the pictures though. Hey, would you rather pick up Rebor Rex or Schleich Acro? Schleich Acro, just because I really hate Rebor and I wouldn't want to support them in any way. Also, I could probably figure out something funny to do with the Schleich Acro. What do you think of the Grab and Go Rex by Rebor? I don't know. I don't remember what that one is. I really don't keep up with Rebor, guys. Not a good topic to ask me about. If you were focused to pick up any Rebor figure, or forced to pick up any Rebor figure, what would it be? I don't know, their baby Utah Raptor. I thought that was cute at one point. I still think it's kind of cute, but I've seen cooler feathered raptors since then, and cuter ones, like from Beasts of the Mesozoic, so I don't really care to have it anymore. And that was back before I lost my respect for Rebor. When is episode 1 coming up? That's what I said, is like, it's a long story. I mean, if you really want to hear the whole thing, I could explain it to you when we have a chat, but sometime February is what I'm guessing. Is sometime February. Yeah, I'm just going to say something like that. Either way, it will be on a Friday. Rebor has made fun of Safari one time. Yeah, I bet they did. They're a bunch of a-holes. What happens, do you call to pigs Rebor? There you go. Okay, I'm out of questions, so I'll watch Camo's reaction now. Great job again, Kiki. Oh, and tell Mandy she did great as well. Anyway, bye. I will tell her. She's been reading through all the comments, and she was really happy to hear a lot of the stuff you guys were saying. I'm basically free all night right now. It's 6:42 p.m., so you tell when you can by email. Okay. I will send you an email. I'm going to just check in with somebody else first because I already had this lined up, you know, and we were planning on doing that earlier, but right after that, I'll try to get in a call with you. Okay. Did I miss anything? Do you hate Altiori? I don't even know who the hell. Is that one of those Jurassic Park YouTubers? I don't have anything against them. I don't care. When you're done, check out this vid or check out the first 5 seconds of it. I'll check out the first 5 seconds of it for you. That's pretty cool. That's like that weird, creepy Ultraman dude. Will you have any Carnotaurus scene in MI? And if you have, which brand is it? No, not in season 1. Season 2, I have a Carnotaurus storyline that Mandy is actually writing, and she came up with a fantastic concept for it. Really, it's a really cool concept. I really love it, and it works well with the messages that I'm trying to convey with Mesozoic Isle. So I'm really excited to show that off. There's quite a few Carnotauruses we're going to use. I wanted to use the Carnegie Carnotaurus and get my hands on that one, but I haven't managed to find one that I can actually get my hands on. And also, I think I'm going to get the Collecta one, the new Collecta 2019 one. I'm going to try to get a hold of that one. Hopefully, I can get a hold of a couple of them, but we'll see. All right, I've never used Discord to chat, but I will learn then. Yeah, it's not very hard at all. I mean, and it's got a lot lower of a bandwidth than like Skype and other stuff, so it shouldn't be too resource heavy, and it should be pretty easy to talk on that. Read my last comment. Would you? No, I'm not answering that. Stop asking me questions like that, dude. Hang on, have to shower. Speaking of children, they run. What? I'm a little confused what you're saying there. I don't know why I'm tilting my head. That's not helping. Yeah, in my country, the Carnegie Carno costs around $20. Yeah, it costs about that much here too, and it just keeps going wherever I find it, and then it just disappears, goes out of stock, and I'm just like, oh crap! And now I have money to buy it, and I can't find it anywhere. Altiori is pretty cool, but some of her theories and videos are kind of eh. Some cool perspectives, and I'm neutral to her channel and I'm subscribed to her. I didn't know it was a her. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I The Collecta Carno is huge, like bigger than the Safaris. Barely. I don't think it's actually going to probably be smaller because the Safari one is so wide. And I don't like it because I want the Carnotaurus to be more accurate inside of Mesozoic Isle, and there is no reason for them to go back and make it look like that. And I can't, honestly, I'd have to go out of my way to make lore to make it fit with the bulky body style that they gave it, and I really don't want to do that, and so it's just not going to happen. The Safari one is not going to show up in Mesozoic Isle, just period. I don't want it in there. I'm kind of phantom in Discord, ha ha ha, but I come back to it time to time with Kiki and check how Mesozoic Isle is going. Yeah, you have been. You've been checking out every once in a while, but you've been very busy with college and stuff, which is very understandable. But I still, oh my god, I mean, I greatly appreciate so much you've done for me with, like, especially the Walking with Dinosaurs, or the When Dinosaurs Roamed America soundtrack, and then helping out with the Dark 85, was that his name? With getting a lot of those Walking with Dinosaurs sound effects, which was really great and useful. And then your script editing, too. And giving me that idea for the episode name cards. I love that idea. Absolutely amazing. Rebor's run by 10-year-olds and tried to sue someone because they didn't like Rebor. I bet they did. Oh, the Papo. The Papo Carno. I'm going to get a hold of that one, too. Yeah, the Papo Carno. And another thing is that usually, I actually like, I think J212 is making up an explanation for his bulkier Carno, is that it evolved to take down large prey rather than eating small prey like Carnotaurus actually did. I really like that idea, like with that evolutionary difference. But in Mesozoic Isle, it does not work at all because Carnotaurus lives in the same environment as Giganotosaurus. And Giganotosaurus eats the larger prey. It goes after, like, things like iguanodon-sized and sauropods and stuff. A larger Carnotaurus, a bulkier one, would go after larger prey, meaning it's going to directly compete with Giganotosaurus, which is far superior to it. It's never going to be able to accomplish what it's wanting to do. And so it will be killed. It should be, naturally selected out. And so they need to be fast predators that go after small prey, because then they have their own niche that they can operate in, where they don't have to have directly compete with a Giganotosaurus. Giganotosaurus already killed them enough as it is. If a Carnotaurus isn't paying attention, a Giganotosaurus will eat them. So it's a niche that they operate in, and they have to operate like that. So there's no way there's going to be a bulky Carnotaurus in Mesozoic Isle, at least not from what I can see right now. I don't know what you're talking about, Sketchy. It's not only college. I'm also working on a novel, which I am close to finish. Ooh, I think you told me a little bit about that, didn't you? Well, at least the first draft will be finished. I'm really excited about that. Am I going to be able to check it out? And yeah, glad those sound effects help. J212, what work? The novel? Oh, he's asking you. Mine are modified to be more powerful, to be one of the strongest on the island. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's, if it works for your story, then cool. But I prefer, like, to have them a little bit more accurate, and I think that they're far more interesting animals that like having to attack smaller prey, and they live in the shadow of Giganotosaurus and stuff like that. I think that that's a really cool thing, and because they have such a sensitive niche. I'm just gonna say niche. That's what I like saying. Because they have such a sensitive niche, they are one of the best animals on the island for not getting migrationally displaced, where they leave their intended environment and go into other environments, because almost every other environment on the island has other large carnivores of comparable size, and they would just kick a Carnotaurus's butt. And so they just don't go anywhere, because they just have to stay where they are, where they can actually operate. So it is really interesting. And the only one who thinks the new Papo Rex looks like One Eye It is brown, but I think one eye was red. One cool thing in my series, the Carnos, the females still keep that original body plan, and the males are more bulky and robust. Yeah, I mean, if it works for your series, I'm all cool for it. Go for it. You know, add the Safari Rex in there, but it's not, or the Safari Carno in there, but it's not going to work for me. It's an interesting proposal, but the bulkier body style wouldn't really work in the higher elevations because there's smaller animals up there. And there's not really anything that would really influence them to eat or be that big. They would, you know, that they benefit off of. There's only the bigger stuff is always in the lower reaches, and usually there's already some stuff established in the higher elevations, especially in the Western Divide. We have a lot of things up in the higher elevations like Cryolophosaurus, and well, they're not really in Western Divide, they're up in Crystal Alpines, but Dilophosaurus is up in the higher elevations and stuff like that. So plain and simple, I'm just not going to do a bulky Carnotaurus. It's not happening. Or at least not with anything I can see right now. So maybe it could happen sometime down the line in a specific scenario. We'll see. But for now, I would say don't worry about it. Reason says the smaller animal will be smaller prey themselves, while the males take down larger prey to supply their mate and nestlings. That's pretty interesting. I like that dynamic that you have going on there. That's really interesting. Bulky Carnotaurus would be like, damn boy, he bulky. I'm lucky that I have found extracted the Wind Dinosaur from America soundtrack because of that audio characteristic. Oh yeah. I mean, some of it kind of does suck, and some of the stuff you had to rip out was it had the like ambient sounds, but that works for me. I mean, it because I already have ambient sounds, so it just, you know, naturally fits in there. But also, I didn't even really notice it; just kind of melds into the soundtrack, so it doesn't really bother me at all. Bulky Carno can be a thick girl dino. Oh my gosh. Carnotaurus is because of Mandy. Because Mandy has a great idea. We kind of played off of each other, and we came up with a really cool origin story for some dynamics between the Carnotaurus' personalities and the way they operate. And we have a really cool story going on. I'm really excited to see what you guys think about the Carnotaurus storyline. I think the Carnotaurus storyline is really unique compared to a lot of the other types of stories you see in Dinosaur Island shows. And I also think that the storyline in Sunset Hills in Season 2, which is the desert area, that storyline is going to be really interesting and very unique. I think it's called, the working title for it right now is called Scorching Rage or something like that. I think it's Scorching Rage, or the Scorch of Rage, or Anger in the Scorch. There's a bunch of different things I'm playing around with. But yeah, that's the one I'm kind of working with, that storyline. But since Savannah lost her mate, she has to do both roles, which is very difficult struggle because she's not built for that. Fair enough. Oh, I'm late. Well, it doesn't really matter. You're still here. If any company had a thing similar to How I Safari, which would it be? Maybe Collecta. Maybe Collecta would do something like that. I mean, Schleich does do something similar, but you have to return the figures to them. If they send the figure to you, you have to return it after reviewing it. They'll send it to you for free, but you have to give it back. I have a theory that Carnotaurus can change color like a cuttlefish, but I think this idea has no sense. Are you talking about like a real life Carnotaurus or the ones in Mesozoic Isle? If you're talking about Mesozoic Isle, no, they don't really have like those hybrid like features in Mesozoic Isle. So will the episodes come out in your schedule? I think they're gonna come out sometime around February. So keep an eye out, or keep an eye out there. If you want to know a little bit more, go to like the first 10 minutes of the stream. I think I talked about it within there a little bit more. Did I miss anything? What's your favorite drink? Mine is sparkling apple cider. Probably just milk. Coffee. I like coffee. I like coffee a lot. Meat. What if the M-Rex fell off the shelf? It would fall behind my computer. You wouldn't see it. But it would probably really scrape it up. Getting a lot of messages on Discord, apparently. I'm just going to check them out after this. Kind of new to this channel. What's your favorite dinosaur? Tyrannus. Well, thank you. Welcome to the channel, dude. Thanks for checking us out and joining in on the live stream. But yeah, my favorite dinosaur is Tyrannus. I'm a big feather guy. I think that feathers are really cool. And Tyrannus is awesome and also lived in the snow. So that's really awesome. Very unique for dinosaurs. It's one of the very few dinosaurs. Very few. I mean, we know that Cryolophosaurus lived in Antarctica, but we don't really have any evidence to prove that it actually snowed when it lived there. Because Antarctica was, one, in a different location when it was there, and also the world was very hot and didn't really have any polar ice caps or anything like that. But with Tyrannus, there's actually evidence of permafrost, which means that the ground was permanently frozen all year round, meaning there was snow all year round in that area where Tyrannus was found. So Tyrannus lived in snow all year round. Maybe it migrated to a certain area where there wasn't snow, but we do know that it lived in snow. I'm kind of new to this channel. I already read that. Obviously, from my name, my favorite dinosaur is Tyrannosaurus. Oh, that's awesome. Tyrannosaurus is a really good choice. It's very popular, but very good choice. Really interesting dinosaur. That's basically just the Lost World JP novel, Carno Camouflage. Oh, gotcha. Sorry I'm late, mates. What's up? We are just talking about stuff. So any last questions you guys have about Mesozoic? I think I'm gonna start wrapping up the stream here. Since the questions are kind of dying down a little bit, and also I have some stuff to do. But yeah, any questions you guys have? If you had to sell the M-Rex, how much would you sell it for? And would it be bid or buy it now? It would probably be bid because so many people like it, and I could make a lot of money off of it. And so I'd probably start it off at like $150, $200 or something like that, because I'm a money greedy SOB. I'm never gonna sell it. Hiki, could you send the When Dinosaurs Roam America OST and World Walking Dinosaur Sounds J212? No, they're mine. Yeah, I'll send it to him. Well, I think Red Tooth will be my favorite character. Red Tooth is pretty cool. I'm really excited about Red Tooth. We talked about him a lot earlier. And you're into Tyrannosauruses, so yeah, that'll be pretty cool. And he's a very unique Tyrannosaurus character in the fact that he's a baby and he doesn't have any parents or anything like that. So that's completely different. I'm really excited to see what you guys think of Red Tooth. Rex is somebody I really like now too. So, yee. All dinosaurs technically have the possibility of feathers, technically, but obviously not all have them. Yeah, well, it depends on whether or not their common ancestors had feathers. Then they would have. I mean, they could all technically evolve things similar to feathers, but yeah, I see where you're coming from. I want them walking with dinosaur sounds. Kiki, can you send them to me too? It's up to Star Wars Jabaro because he did the work getting them. So, well, he didn't do that for the walking with dinosaur sounds, but. I'm just waiting for the video game of the series to come out, XD. Oh my gosh. In the lore of MI, the scientists made dinosaurs, but I think aliens came from space and give everyone dino DNA, and aliens also created Earth, like Obama is an alien, but the subject is unclear yet. That's... okay, then. But Kiki, do you realize how godly this is? This series might be one of the best DinoTube series of all time. No joke. I really appreciate that compliment. That is a really, really meaningful comment. I mean, that means the world to me, man. I mean, just saying something like that means the world to me. I really hope it lives up to your expectations. I really do. I really hope it's a lot of fun for you guys to watch. And that's why I'm pushing it back to February, because I really want to make sure I get enough episodes done so that when we start releasing them, you're going to get one episode every week until it's completed, so you guys get the nice, solid experience there. The common ancestor of all dinosaurs had feathers. What's like Eoraptor had feathers? I don't know if we have evidence for Eoraptor having feathers and stuff like that. Star Wars Jabara, I would love to use the one if you're... yeah, send them, both of them. All right, awesome. Trey the Explainer teaches me Papa. Oh, yeah. Trey the Explainer does a really good job at explaining a bunch of this stuff. Also, one of my favorite moments is when the blue Carcharodontosaurus steps in next to the time segment after the credits. Incredibly cinematic. Oh, that's a Giganotosaurus. Yeah, but I get what you mean. Yeah, I really love that shot. That shot came out great. You'll see it again in episode 1 twice, technically, because it's in the intro for Mesozoic Isle, as well as actually in episode 1. Why are there so many dislikes on the MI video? Just some jealous dude named Crow just got all his buddies to dislike. It doesn't matter because, he's just jealous. And I'm happy everybody loves it. So, insert Gibson return dance. I don't know how he did that, but that was funny. If you guys didn't know what I'm talking about, it's on Aquat CDs. Do you happen to have a recording of the New Blood soundtrack? New Blood. Oh, you mean from Walking with Dinosaurs? I have like the Post-Asukas theme, but I just got that off YouTube. You can get it off YouTube. Prehistoric dinosaur, sure. Kiko, send them to him. Or send them to. Yeah, you already said for me to send them to him. It wasn't only the shot, it was just much weight it had. It felt like a real dinosaur stepped into the camera. Yeah, I really love how that shot came out. The shot came out so well. The dirt just went flying. Just exploded. I love that shot. The Gibson return dance is my favorite Fortnite dance. Wait, is that what that is? I hope that's not a Fortnite dance. I really hope that's not a Fortnite dance. Oh goodness. That was my favorite thing. My favorite thing is like how Gibson's neck looks like it's a part of his shoulders while he's doing it. He's just like, and that was so funny. I love that. I think that the best DI like series would be Chinosaur Island. Absolutely. I agree with Eric in his video. I think Redtooth will grow up into the Safari 2017 Feathered Tyrannosaurus. That figure is also my favorite dinosaur figure. Yeah, that figure is really cool, right? I'm hoping that the BBC releases the Walking with Monsters and Walking with Beasts in the 5.1 Dolby surround sound so that I can rip them. Yeah, that would be really nice for them to do that because there's a lot of great themes in there they don't release, especially in Walking with Monsters. That one, I really want that stuff. Also, I love for Sea Monsters, a Prehistoric Adventure to do that. That'd be really awesome. I really need to hear the Complete Mammoth Journey OST. We don't have that one? I didn't know that. Also, Kiki, did you tell them about the alternate ending to Walking with Monsters I told you about? I haven't told them about it, no, but do you have it on? I don't know. If you have the link to it, then go ahead and put it in the comment section here. There's a really cool alternate ending that we have never seen before, or at least if you're in the US, you probably didn't see it, from Walking with Monsters. It's pretty cool. If you had to unready, I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by unready? I really like the scene with the Gig's step at the end. Yeah, that's one of my favorite shots from the prologue entirely. It's not even actually from the prologue. You eating pretzels? I like pretzels. Yeah, pretzels are great. Yeah, okay. There's the link for you guys. Thanks, Star Wars Jabaro. Unretire. Oh, unretire. I gotta retire. Probably be some Carnegie figure. Carnegie Carnotaurus is one that I really, really want. Really bad. I would have rather of them unretire that one than give us this new 2017 or 2019 Carnotaurus. Got there eventually. I really don't like that new 2019 Carnotaurus. Yeah, that Walking with Monsters is probably my favorite out of the three big ones. My favorite in the whole series, though, is definitely Chased by Dinosaurs or Chased by Sea Monsters. That whole thing. I love those. Then it's Walking with Monsters. then walking with dinosaurs, then walking with beasts, then it would be walking with cavemen, and then prehistoric park. I said that 20 minutes ago. Holy crap. My bad, dude. Well, wrap up. Any last questions, guys? I need to get off and talk to camera. Oh, the Collective 2015 Rex. That one's pretty cool. Can we see your leopard geckos? They're sleeping right now. I don't really want to grab them. Maybe if they're on next time we stream, I can grab them out. I just don't want to. I don't want to wake them. Will you upload weekly on Thursdays? No. When Mesozoic comes out, it's gonna be on Fridays, and then every Sunday right after we'll have a discussion stream about that episode and everything. Yeah, right after I'm done talking to Camo, I'll message you and we can talk, okay? I need to talk to Camo about stuff, and we already scheduled about talking. He's about to go to bed because it's really late, and I need to talk to him. So yeah. I would love to use the Chase by Dinosaurs sound. I know the Chase by Dinosaurs one is another one that has a lot of missing sounds as well that we don't get. The stream season is starting. Hell yeah. Well, once Mesozoic is coming out, you definitely will get a lot more streams from me. So message me through email then so that I can get onto Discord. All right, we'll do that. Pull out Phoenix. I want to see him. He used to let me lift him up a bit, but I don't think he'd let me now. He'd probably just bite me or just sog himself down to the bottom. But yeah, any last questions, guys? I'm going to get off here. Do you ever plan on making your own Chase by Dinosaurs-esque series? That'd be interesting. But I don't really have a heavy desire to do anything like that. So probably not. If you had to unretire any Papo figures, which would it be? Probably this. Yeah. I think that's just my favorite Papo figure they've ever made. I think it's the best one. Will you ever make an anime intro with MI? Hell yeah. Does Phoenix ever char teeth? I think you mean shed teeth. Not that I've ever noticed. I imagine he might, but no, not that I've noticed. He has some pretty mean teeth, though. Every once in a while, he'll rub his face up against the tank glass, and his lips will come up, and he'll show his teeth. He doesn't have very nice-looking teeth. They're very human-looking, but they definitely look sharp. They're, like, human in shape from, like, horizontally and, like, on the side. But if you look at them at an angle, they actually have, like, a pretty sharp point to them. So they're, like, long, but they're, like, flat and narrow. So it's like they're almost like shears. It's pretty crazy. Also, watch 30 seconds of my vid before you get off. I really don't want to watch too much stuff, dude. I'm trying to make this about Mesozoic, not anything else. I just started and finished editing and unboxing, and you're still streaming. Why am I surprised? I don't know, dude. I try to spend some time with people, and I haven't streamed in a while, so shut up. By the way, Gibson, we should totally talk tomorrow, bro. I want to hear all your like opinions about Mesozoic Prologue and stuff, and just catch up with you. And also if Dinosaur Island comes out before then, we can talk about that. So I've never streamed before, XD. Well, you haven't even shown your like face or voice or anything, and you said you wanted to kind of keep that a secret for a while. That's why I couldn't put your real name inside of the Mesozoic credits. But yeah, I think eventually you might. It might be pretty fun to stream for you. What was your first figure ever? Mine was this Safari LTD Sea Lion. I don't know. I had so many figures when I was little. I really couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what it is. Sorry, dude. Hey, Gibson, how are you today? Same goes to you, Kiki. I am doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope Gibson is doing absolutely fantastic. So I hope that he'll say that. Read my last comment. I'm now covered in Python. Give me the snick. Yeah, I know. I probably will. Don't forget that collab video. Yeah, we need to do that. It'd be really fun. Gibson has snakes. Don't question it. One time I was bit by a huge land tortoise. It felt like a toothless dinosaur with sharp lips. Had to have stitches. Dang, yeah, they have sharp beaks, dude. Really sharp beaks. Read my last comment. I think I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Make the Dark Phoenix rise so we can gut him to reveal the ring of Fortnite and save dude from being digested. Well, we actually know that the ring of Fortnite is not within the Dark Phoenix. It's actually inside of his $. Tortoise beaks are terrifying. Yeah, tortoise beaks are terrifying. When will MI episode 1 come out? This has been asked a lot. So it was supposed to originally come out 2 weeks after the after the prologue, but because of all the delays over the summer and filming it 3 months late and everything, I should have known that I should have delayed it by 3 months anyways. So I'm going to shoot for the actual 3-month mark after, with the 3-month delay. So I'm going for February, sometime in February, and I'll let you guys know once we get closer to it. I'll probably release a trailer of some sorts and announce the release date of the first episode, and then from then on, every Friday you'll get them for a full week or whatever. So we'll see. It is a place that only a few have gone, but not many dare to go. Fortnite is located beyond the... Yeah, honestly, I'm more of a Halo guy. Yeah, I love Halo. Halo's great, dude. I used to be so into it. I mean, I don't play many video games anymore, though. Let's make Dinosaur Island, but if we replace it with Island with Matanui, oh, that would be pretty interesting. First Papo figure was Aloe that I got in Colorado, so that's cool, I guess. Hey, you got it in Colorado? That's awesome. I didn't know that you came to Colorado. 8M8, Halozilla 101. It bit my ring finger. I don't know why. It probably resembled a carrot to it. Probably. You know that a scene in Walking with Dinosaurs where the Brachiosaurus first appears? I kind of wish that I has that music. Oh, yeah, that music is pretty cool, huh? That was never released, was it? Why not work on all the episodes first, then release them? It's not a bad idea. Yeah, I just don't want to release it, make too much of a gap. And if I get like a 5 or 6 episode, as long as if I'm able to complete a single episode in a week, and I get that into a roll, and I'm able to actually complete 1 episode per week, then I'll wait until I have a backlog at least 5 or 6 episodes. So I have 5 or 6 episodes completed. Then I'll start releasing them, and so by then I'll be cycling in new ones. And by the time the season's finished, I won't run out of time. So I think that'll work. It is a little bit more risky, and that's what I was planning to do originally, was finish them all before I release them. But it's all the delays and crap made it really tough. So we're gonna try this one out. Hopefully for season 2, I can finish them all beforehand. HELL. I was in Colorado 2 or 3 years ago. Cool. Well, anyways, it seems like all the questions have died down, so I think I'm going to end the stream right now while Gibson and Camo are spamming. I'm going to put them in timeout. Well, at least I'll put Camo in timeout. I won't put Gibson in timeout for a specific reason. If you want a Mesozoic Isle Season 3 idea, make humans come to the island and try to destroy the dinosaur's home. That's a good idea. I appreciate the suggestion. But like I've said, I've had the 3 seasons of Mesozoic Isle planned out since the beginning. They have a set storyline. That's why there's only 3 seasons. I'm never going to make more because the story goes through 3 parts, and that's it. So I already know what the story is going to go through, and yeah. So I already have it set up that way. I don't think the video is online anymore. What video? The entire anime has been plotted out. Yes, it has been. What was the one figure you wish you could own but is too much for you? I don't know. I don't think there is one. Anyways, do you ever want to get a Beast of the Mesozoic? Yeah, I want to get a Sornitholestes, or whatever it is. Yeah, I want to get that one and its babies. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you guys for sharing all your opinions and critiques and stuff about the prologue. I can't wait to talk to you guys again once the first episode of Mesozoic Isle releases. So, hell yeah. Also, have a great rest of your day, especially to you, Gibson. Have a great rest of your day, bud. Bye-bye.